Hello, and welcome to your official CAHSEE training, 10 Steps to Administering the California High School Exit Exam. This year's CAHSEE, for sophomores only, will be held on Tuesday, March 17th, a B Day, and Wednesday, March 18th, an A Day. You have been chosen to give the CAHSEE test for both the ELA and math sessions. If you have a class other than sophomores, we will have other teachers who will cover those classes in order to have consistency with the students. You will be notified in a separate email regarding those logistics. All sophomores will be able to get a breakfast burrito in room 27 starting at 7:30 a.m. to make sure they have enough fuel and are ready to go in the morning. On the days of the test, you will need to pick up your assigned testing box by 7:45 a.m. from Jennifer Hecht in the main office. I recommend earlier if you want to get yourself organized in your testing room. Once you have your box, go immediately to the testing room that you have been assigned. If the room you are testing in is not your own, use the key that has been provided in the front pouch of the box lid to get in. Open your box and pull out the folder. This folder contains everything you will need to administer the test. Your folder will include the following: a cheat sheet, 2 attendance sheets, one to be collected and one for your reference, a do not disturb sign, a bathroom pass with a time out and in sheet, a still need to continue sheet. You will only fill this one out if you have students who need to test past the scheduled time, which will be the start of lunch. Your directions for administration booklet, or as we like to call it, the DFA, a roster of all sophomores and their testing room. This list will be handy when a sophomore who should be in another room shows up in yours instead. Let's go back and look at the cheat sheet. Everything you will need to do is spelled out in 10 action steps using this document. You will use your CAHSEE cheat sheet in coordination with your directions for administration or DFA. After you pull out your cheat sheet, look at action step number 1. Pull out the do not disturb sign and tape it to the outside of your testing room door. After the students come in, you will start to take attendance using one of the 2 attendance sheets in your folder. Be careful to use the correct marking for attendance using the legend that is highlighted here in red. Use the letter A for absent, use an L for late, and use a check mark for present. Take attendance at 8 a.m. as you would for a class. If the students show up to your room but he or she is not on the roster, chances are they have come to the wrong room. Check the all sophomore roster, which is included in your folder, and find their name and testing location to send them to the correct room. Action step number 2 deals with silencing electronics and clearing everything from their desk. Have the students take out their phone and silence them or turn them off. Then have them place their phones or any other device in their backpacks or purses. Then have them bring their backpacks and purses up to the front of the room, where they will stay for the duration of the test. In action step number 3, you will begin reading from the DFA. One of the first things you do is to hand out the test booklets. Have them write their names on the front of the testing booklet once they receive them. This is very important in case their testing booklet becomes separated from their answer document. After session 1 is complete, you can give them a 5-minute break, but it must be held inside the classroom. They are not allowed to leave. They may not get anything out of their backpacks or purses. This includes cell phones. Do not allow anyone to leave to go to the bathroom during this 5-minute break, even if it ends up coinciding with the school's passing period. Action step number 5. After the break, it is time to begin session 2. Read the directions for session 2 even if some of the students have not finished session 1. When you begin time for session 2, have those students who have not completed session 1 finish that section first and then move into session 2. Once they have begun session 2, however, they cannot go back to session 1. Action number 6 is the direction for what to do when the test has been completed. Read your cheat sheet carefully on what to do with the documents for students who have still not finished the test. Use the diagram to the side as an example. Do not allow students to retrieve their backpacks or get out their phones or any other device during this process. For action step number 7, place the completed answer sheets in alphabetical order by last name. Any absent students' documents need to be stacked at the bottom of this pile. Action step number 8 involves putting the test booklets in numerical order using the second group of 4 numbers. Refer to the diagram for how this works. Action step number 9 shows the order by which you need to place the items in the box. First, it begins with the testing booklets at the bottom. Second are the completed tests. As mentioned before, if you have answer documents of absent students, they need to be placed at the bottom of this group of documents. Third are the booklets for students who have not finished the test with their answer documents inside the front cover. Fourth is your document folder containing your full testing roster, cheat sheet, bathroom pass, DFA, do not disturb sign, bathroom sign out and in sheet, and second attendance roster. Fifth and final, the list of students who will need to continue the test. Follow the order for everything down into the box using the diagram provided. Action step number 10 requires that you bring your box to the cafeteria or the main office. You will be instructed where to bring it on the day of testing. Make sure that students know to return to the same classroom for the math test on the second day of testing. Here are some things to keep in mind. Be very explicit regarding cell phones and headphones. They cannot be on their person. If you suspect cheating, do not act alone. Call Rich or Jen Hecht in the main office. Students should never be let out of your room except one at a time to go to the bathroom, using the bathroom pass and sign out and in sheet. Watch your students very carefully, or this is what we will get. These are actual tests that were turned in on previous CAHSEE exams. So it is important to monitor them, which means getting up and looking at what they are doing on the test. How our students score factor heavily into our API, so it is a high-stakes test for both them as a student and us as a school. Again, you will bring your box back to the cafeteria or main office, and again, we will let you know where that is on the day of testing. Only a teacher may return the box. Never have a student bring it back. Once all students have turned in their materials, then they may get their devices out of their backpacks. You have now completed the training for administering the California High School Exit Exam. Are you a CAHSEE expert? You must pass the following quiz or you will need to retake the training. Good luck.